Mark Wolf here, and the pretty colours you're seeing on your screen are the result of a physics assignment I did for a module, which took the Jos Stam code from a 2003 paper he did on fluid dynamics, and adapted it into C++ and used it to enhance it and create some different cool colours. The original code just using one colour of white. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about the Jos Stam code itself because he's written a paper on it, and there's code which you can download, which is commented, which you can run through yourself. So I'm just going to talk about the kind of changes that I made to the code to get it to this stage. So I'll just clear the screen. So his code is in C, this is in C++. Converted it over, it wasn't too hard, just had to change some of the mouse and key press stuff to work inside the octet framework, which is what I'm using for here. Also had to change some of the vertices, the grid position, because it was spawning in the middle of the screen due to the sort of location origins of octet. I had to translate that down to the bottom left and stretch out so it fits the entire width of the screen. Some of the draw calls I've updated from OpenGL 1 to OpenGL ES2. Wasn't too hard for the velocity. So if I just draw some stuff and show you the velocities again, this is simply a dynamic array of lines. A dynamic array being an octet version of a vector. So it's basically a vector of lines, which are OpenGL lines, which are being added into this array and then passed on to a color shader, which is coloring them just white in this instance. For the velocities themselves, it was a little bit harder. They were using quads. The OpenGL 1 code was using quads, which isn't in OpenGL ES2. So we're basically using two triangles to form what is basically a quad. And the fact that we can mix in multiple different colors, so I'm just holding down a different key to get a different color to come up on the screen. And you'll see that the colors actually sort of mix together. So that isn't possible with the standard color shader because that only uses one specific color. So created an OpenGL ES2 shader, which pretty much takes in the color of the vertex, passes it to the vertex shader, but then the vertex shader takes that color and passes it as a varying attribute into the fragment shader. So the interpolation is done between the colors, and then you get these quite nice mixes of colors. So that's what I had to do there. Again, with the triangles, with the triangle vertices, again that's a dynamic array of them, which is being passed onto the shader with a color variable as well. So then it came down to the point of needing to have more than one source, and the way you do that is there's two density arrays for the initial source, and all you pretty much need to do is duplicate those two arrays, as many sources as you want, or as many different colors as you want in my case. So I've duplicated that twice. Then it's sort of just maintenance of making sure that all the code that gets called on the initial arrays is getting called on these new ones you've generated. And then what I'm doing is, depending on which source it is, so if it's the red one, it's passing a red value to the shader. If it's a blue one, it's passing a blue value. If it's a green one, it's passing a green value, and then the shader's the one that's interpolating all the different colors to create all the different nice colors. Also, additionally, this is running on Mac, on Xcode, if you can tell. And the original Jos Stam code is in C, and it comes with a Visual Studios project. So I initially had this up and running on Visual Studios on my PC, but I added a small few bits of code which needed tweaking, so to do with the sort of the screen width and height and stuff like that to get it working on Mac. So this code works on both Windows and Mac. There's some define stuff which picks up if you're using a Windows or a Windows PC or a Mac. So this runs on both of them, but oddly enough I'm recording it from my Mac because it runs better on my Mac. I'm not too sure why it runs better on my Mac. My PC is definitely more higher powered. That's probably bad English. It's more powerful machine, but the Mac runs it a lot smoother. I'm not sure how smooth this is going to come out in the actual recording of it because obviously I'm running recording software on a Mac and that's taking up a lot of intense resources. But yeah, you can clear it. You can basically clear what you have, and when clearing it resets all the velocities, so you can then add in any kind of colors you want. And you can see here already the interpolation happening between all the different colors. And then when you add a velocity, then you can press V and you can see all the different velocities. And then at the beginning you saw this. I've just got a button that when you hold down spawns different sources and velocities from the top and the two sides, and then you can just sort of see these cool crazy colours happen. But that's it for now. Hope you enjoy that.